What's up, guys?
Hey.
It's myself, Michael, Zach, Lifestyle Investing, where we invest based off our lifestyle to build that better future lifestyle. Here we go.
Lifestyle, thank you.
Super excited, man. So the last one, really want to talk about getting a actionable game plan for those that want to invest in cryptocurrency. But first, because we were just talking about this. There's two questions I really want to know. All right, we can answer these, just like ABC, boom.
Nice.
The first one is, can the government shut down Bitcoin? We were just talking about this. You say no.
Nope.
Why?
They can't. Because all this, Bitcoin is distributed through a network on the internet.
Okay.
It doesn't exist in a place where, you're not, it's in the internet. It's magical money, essentially. And if it's not available, if they ban it or try to ban it, you can still do it peer-to-peer. You don't have to go through a bank. So there's no one to enforce that. No regulation at all.
I'm going to buy your car, you sign over the car, I send you some Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That would be what it would be.
That's literally what it would be.
Yeah.
Is that the same for all cryptocurrencies?
Yeah. It all works on a network where...
So there's not one website.
There's not... Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody...
We all have Bitcoin.
Yeah.
No, that's not right.
The thing that Bitcoin is doing is...
We all have it.
I was like,
yeah.
But it's essentially making us our own bank. That's literally what it's doing.
So I am Bitcoin.
Yeah, technically. Once you own Bitcoin, you're your
Here
own
I am.
Bitcoin.
I'm my own.
What kind of coin would you be?
Yeah. Beautiful coin.
Beautiful coin.
That's a great name.
I know the waterfall.
Yeah. Waterfalls.
I was sure you're going to say
Movie
Will Smith
stars.
coin.
Yeah.
Will Smith coin.
Wild coin.
Yeah. With Merriweather.
Oh, man.
I had another question. What was my other question? Oh, my other question is, so I know that people have been talking about if the ICOs and all that could be taxed. Is it possible to track people to know if you could tax them? Right? Like if I buy $100 today, capital gains is $100. Is there a way they can track that?
Yeah, there is, and it's kind of the thing that's kind of an issue, but it's not really. But if you go, let's say you go through an exchange and you put in your real name and number, they're going to have a paper trail to be able to go, okay, you bought this much, you gained this much, you pay the capital gains tax for this much. But if you do it through, let's say you give me $20 and I give you some Bitcoin, no, there's no way to
But
track
not
it.
using an actual tracked exchange.
Exactly.
And these exchanges would also sell other kinds of trade.
Yep.
And so that's how they would track.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Could you buy it on Robinhood or Merrill Edge or?
No, not in any stock market right now. There's all Bitcoin exchanges at the moment.
Okay. Yeah. And so that's trackable.
Mhm.
That's because they've submitted it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to be tracked, there's sites like localbitcoins.com where it's just peer-to-peer. As an individual, you go deposit money in their bank, or you hand them cash. And they send you Bitcoin.
Wow.
Dude, that is crazy.
I think I want to buy Bitcoin from people who are really trying to sell it quickly. I really got to get rid of this Bitcoin.
That's
I can.
no problem. Yeah.
Craigslist for Bitcoin.
You made it sound like I really gotta get that weed, bro. I really
Right,
gotta,
yeah.
I gotta buy Cheerios for my kids.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I really gotta
cheeseburgers.
I got these cheeseburgers. Oh, man.
I'll give you my Bitcoin, man.
Oh, man. Dude, that is hilarious.
That's just wrong.
I know.
It's scary.
I feel like I still have so many questions.
I just have so many forks. It's just every question adds more questions.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Could you go on every fork possible and just soak it up?
That's quantum. That's quantum computing.
Oh, man, that's a
That's a whole other podcast. Why do I feel like that's connected with cryptocurrency?
Yeah, it is and it isn't.
Oh my god, that just blew my mind.
No. Oh, God. Your mind is so easy to get.
Yeah, exactly. Here, hold on, I gotta look at some waterfalls real quick. I got these cheeseburgers.
Mind blowing, man. Dude.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you got any more questions, man?
How do we get started?
Yeah, actionable steps. Here we go. Here we
Plan of
go.
action.
Okay, actionable steps, right? I'm 20 years old. I'm 17, 25. I'm new to investing. Haven't really invested much. Maybe dabbled around with stock market and whatnot. I got $5,000. I want to buy my first Bitcoin. Like actionable items.
Yep.
Like what do they do?
So basing off of what you just said, buy a whole Bitcoin. I do want to just state really, clearly out there, you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. You can buy 0.005, you can buy 0.01, you can buy 2 Bitcoin, you can buy 0.0001 Bitcoin. I think that's one of the things that kind of scares people away from big investing is because it's, one Bitcoin's like 8,000. How am I ever going to afford that?
Yeah.
You can buy half, you can buy a third, you can do whatever you want. Whatever is the equivalent of the,
so
current USD value.
initial capital is
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then how do they get like a baseline of maybe even, because it's probably good to have some knowledge.
Yep.
Right? It's probably good to learn a little bit.
Read a book.
Mm-hmm.
Read a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's probably some like meetups too where people talk about cryptocurrency and talk about the news. So probably if you
Just
just
dress up in costumes.
they probably dress up
As minors.
As minors. Yeah. Probably. Yeah, we can find one.
Yeah.
Make a documentary about it.
Probably.
Yeah. We have the editor right here.
Oh.
Yeah. Nailed it.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Is there any other like tips to give to like a new guy that's
So meet up, read up. Yep.
Yeah.
Before you get up there, yeah.
That's definitely, do your research. Don't just fall prey to,
That's what we
everything
keep
you're-
running into every time. Is the pain comes from lack of knowledge, and then also the pain sparks the knowledge to be acquired.
It's true.
Absolutely.
It's true. And then there's a few exchanges. I know Coinbase. That's where
Yes.
my life went from. So
Coinbase
Coinbase
is
is the big
great.
one.
Mhm.
What are some other ones?
There's so many. There's Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini. Where else? There's local Bitcoins if you don't want to go peer to peer. There's there's too many. But Coinbase is, as starting out, I would recommend Coinbase to most people just because it's very simple. They're more or less the biggest, Bitcoin exchange or cryptocurrency exchange in the U.S.
And a baby could do it.
I don't know actually. So yeah, maybe
Yeah, super smart baby.
Yes,
Genius.
Genius
Yeah.
babies. Genius
Yeah.
babies definitely
Yeah.
can.
Cool, man. That's good. It's good wisdom. Any other tips? Any other last tips?
Any other last tips?
Like
This
boom,
is
boom, boom.
unsolicited advice, but invest only what you can, afford. Obviously.
Oh yeah.
Like if you
That's
can't,
what you can afford to lose.
people see it jump in like 500% in price in the past year. It's like, they think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point too. And I'm gonna wrap this up real quick. But I think any risky investment where cryptocurrency and Bitcoin is a risky investment.
Oh yeah.
Right. There's no black and white way. There's no way to sugarcoat it and whatnot. It's a very risky investment. And so what we preach a lot is you have to invest what you can invest. Right? If you put $10,000 in there and next week it's $5,000, that's not going to change your life. It's not going to change your lifestyle. It's not going to change your emotions. That's not going to change how you interact with your relationships and your work and everything like that. So I think that's a good point that Zach does bring up, where whatever you invest, just be prepared that if it does go down, after having a conversation with Zach, it seems like it's a good investment, in the long run. But just know, if it drops in half, if it drops in a third, if it drops 30% as it did over the weekend, that's not going to change who you are.
Right.
So just keep that in mind. Do you got any other last comments?
Yeah, I would say, it's time in the market, not timing the market.
That's nice.
You got it. Just like Warren Buffett says it all the time.
Yeah.
Lifestyle investing, myself, Zach, Mike.
Yeah.
Peace, guys.